How's it going, everybody? Doing a gum chewing review here today. Video game review of Assassin's Creed Odyssey. Full disclosure, I have actually not beaten this yet, but I really wanted to do a review on it because I want to talk more about it. I talked about it in my What I've Been Playing video, but I'm 86 hours into this. 86 hours. I know I'm at least past halfway of the main story, but I have enough to say about it at this point. And even if the ending's a little dumb or something, it's not going to really change much, in my opinion. But the story is you can either choose Cassandra or Alexios, brother and sister. I heard it makes more sense to use Cassandra. That's who I'm using. I just chose her, but and you're in Sparta. You are there'll be some spoilers here. The granddaughter of Leonidas. But starts off your father is training you. Your mother as well. Your brother's like an infant. Maybe he's a few months old. I don't know. And stuff happens to where like they have to follow rule of the land or whatever. The prophet said something. So they chuck your brother off a cliff. You try to help. You get chucked too. You survive. You end up in Kefalonia. This guy, Marcos, I believe his name is, finds you, helps you out. You become a Mystios, a mercenary. So you start on the island of Kefalonia. Another spoiler here. I'll get to that in a minute. But you're doing missions on this island for the people. Blah, blah, blah. You know, you're finding synchronization points as always. You get a horse real early on. I think I beat like the top mercenary or the top person in the arena and got like an awesome flaming. I think it's a Braxos. So my horse is like, looks like it's on fire. It's pretty cool. But you do missions. You gotta raid forts. Now the Spartans and the Athenians are fighting at this point. So you start off on Kefalonia, you do some stuff. Obviously it's Assassin's Creed Odyssey, so it's in ancient Greece. So the Greek gods are in play. Now, of course, the cat comes out crying right now. What else is new? But, anyway, the gods are in play. Now, I will say this does not feel like an Assassin's Creed game that much. It's just a huge open world. You don't do a ton of climbing because you get to cities and stuff. Like when you get to Attica, there's a pretty big area, but it's not like old ones where you could like run rooftops for a mission if you wanted to. You don't really assassinate. You assassinate people, but not in the sense of the older games. Now, the one before was Origins I put time into. That was supposed to be like the original, but this now is the first one chronologically, which kind of ruins the other one, I guess. Because in this one, the Templars aren't a thing. There's a thing called the Cult of Cosmos. And spoilers, your brother also didn't die, and he's part of that now. You meet him, not even halfway through the game, but he's in there. You meet him again, you don't get along with him at this point, or he doesn't get along with you more than that. And then you gotta find your mother, who you end up finding, and I'm doing missions for her, and now I'm back in Sparta doing missions for them to try to get her home back. And your father, who helped train you and chucked pretty much gave you to get chucked off a cliff. It wasn't your actual father, it's this other guy who is like super old and shouldn't be. And that's where what was it they call the precursors in Assassin's Creed? Like, the Assassin's Creed games, and I said this in the other video, have gotten so ridiculous. Like, you still do the Ad of Animus stuff, but you're on the run. So you're moving from place to place with the machine and stuff. You're out for a little bit in this game so far, and whatever, it's not a big deal. But they should have just not had that in it from the beginning of the series. But it doesn't have that feel. The Cult of Cosmos absolutely gives it that feel because there's branches. There's head ones, and then there's branches that you have to kill the people, and you can upgrade your spear because you have the spear Leonidas. And you have cutscenes where Leonidas interacts with the cult. The cult's pulling all the strings like the Templars do. But the precursor stuff is there because you upgrade your spear and the weird type of precursor stuff. Now, I'm going to assume, I could be wrong, that the gods are kind of the precursors, or they were in league with them. I don't know. But this game is massive. It looks great. I have it on the 4K TV here, and it looks a little bit better than it looked on my other HD TV. This game is huge. It's almost too big. It is huge. There's islands everywhere because you do the ship combat again. You can upgrade your ship. You can get lieutenants for your ship that give you bonuses. You can get little things to put on the ship. You can change the colors of the ship and stuff. Like I said, it's huge. You're doing missions everywhere. There's Tales of Greece missions that give you achievements. Combat, as always, is great. You get all types of weapons. And the thing that's cool about this game, if you have like weapons you really like, because it goes common, rare, epic, and legendary stuff, you can actually upgrade your stuff that you have to the level you're at so it doesn't become like obsolete and useless. It costs you resources. You have leather, soft leather, wood, there's like obsidian glass, there's iron metals and all types of stuff. There's also special ones you can get, this blue stuff. It's like, I can't remember what it's called, but you can get like, there's a special guy, you do missions and you'll get it, or you find it around the world. You can get items and stuff like that through that way too. I have not actually done that, surprisingly. So you burn through resources to do this and upgrade your ship. You got to use it. But you can cut down trees. Random trees can be cut down in the world. Killing animals will do it. When you break down weapons you don't want, you'll get resources from that as well. But I like that you can upgrade weapons, and you could engrave them with special abilities like plus 15 warrior damage, plus 18 assassin damage, hunter damage. Special abilities on them and stuff. Some give you more health or armor, and you can, when you go to forts or whatever, and you kill guys, you gotta like go to forts, because this review's gonna be all over the place. When you go to each area in the game, different kind of, not countries, but different areas of the game, they're either controlled by the Athenians or the Spartans, and you have to break that down by killing leaders, killing army people, looting their resource chests, I forget what, pillaging their certain chests, I forget what it is, but it takes a bunch of gold from them, destroying their like supplies and stuff like that. And once you break it down, you can do conquest battles, which are actually really cool. You can either fight for the Athenians or the Spartans. Some are hard and some are normal, and you'll get more gear if you do the hard one. You get 2 pieces of epic gear if you do the hard one if you do regular. But then you fight on a battlefield, and you got to take out captains, and there's 2 meters, and you got to get to the end before the other side does by killing people. That's really fun. If you kill civilians or when you kill leaders and stuff like that, you'll get a bounty. Mercenaries will come after you. You kill the mercenaries, and there's a mercenary tier. There are so many of them. You can pay off your bounty as well by either killing the bounty guy or just paying it off. But there's a lot of mercenaries, so you move up the chain there as well, and you get perks as you move up the chain, like less off the shop and stuff like that. Because you can go, and that's where you get your upgraded stuff. The blacksmith. You can buy resources, you can find random goods that you can sell. There's tons of gear. I'm rocking what I want to rock the rest of the game right now. I'm level 55 right now. As you level up, you get ability points. You can put in a hunter tree, assassin's tree, a warrior tree, and so on with that. So you can assign abilities, special abilities, attacks, and stuff like that. You can fast travel from all synchronization points. There are tons of side missions. You can do bounties. You find the little boards in the towns. You can do bounties, contracts, all types of stuff. mean, you hide a lot in this, and you can go through forts without being seen and just taking people out. I usually kill them and not knock them out. You can actually recruit them if you knock them out to be lieutenants on your ship. Because each lieutenant you have on your ship will give you different bonuses to your thing. Ship combat's fun. You can cleave ships in half. You have your javelin and your arrows. You get fire arrows and stuff. You can ram them. Stuff like that. Now, the Cult of Cosmos, you have to find clues for these people by either killing them or it'll give you little hints to what to do, and you'll find clues. When you kill their tree, you'll get good armor and stuff by killing them, and then when you kill the trees, you get to the main people in the middle. But that's really cool. You gotta unveil them. You can't find them until you unveil them by getting the clues. Then you can go after them. I think I've killed 4 trees I've killed of them. I can't remember how many there are. There's like a ton of them, though. I think there's 5 per, plus the main one, 6. There could be like 40, I can't remember. I look at it so much you think I'd remember, but it's just a huge game. It looks great. The voice acting's good. Like I said, to me, it doesn't feel like much of an Assassin's Creed other than the Cosmos stuff, the Cult stuff, which gives it that like someone's pulling the strings type of feeling. But what else does it say here? And you can customize your ship as well. You can change it. I think I said that. There's also, you gotta fight guys. You go to like specific areas where you fight guys and you get like those kind of precursor type artifacts. You fight a lot of like Cyclops type things, and those are pretty fun fights. Because the combat's really good in this. Some of it's overkill. Like, she'll assassinate a guy but stab him like 60 times after he's dead, and then cut his Achilles after his neck's already been snapped. Which sometimes you'll get spotted because she's too busy hacking him to pieces like 5 minutes after he's already dead, or she is already dead. The climbing's good, but like I said, it doesn't feel like that. You know, when you hit your synchronization points, still have that feel, and you dive off into the bale of hay where it's like 500 feet above you, and you clearly just go through the leaves and break your back. But, and like I said, there's a ton of side missions, so you're doing stuff for everybody. Gaining experience. You gain it pretty quickly in this game. Overall, though, you know, it's really good. I actually really enjoyed it. I mean, I started playing it January 7th, and I'm still going. I haven't played it every day since then, but 85, 86 hours I think I have into it. This actually has reversible artwork, but there is downloadable content for this that seems cool, where you have to do trials of like Hades and Poseidon, I think Zeus. Oh yeah, you find when you go to forts and stuff, you gotta kill the pole marchers or the captains, and you can find clues. And you also, I can't remember, I don't know how to say it, they're like these abstracted tablets. Then you gotta find them, and then you can find where the thing's hidden in the world from reading the tablet, and you get extra engravings and stuff. Like I said, there's a ton of stuff to do. I'm probably not gonna do this review enough justice, but I just wanted to do the review now because I could put another 40 hours into this game. And like I said, nothing's going to really ruin it for me too much. Even if the ending's stupid, it's not going to bother me. But overall, you know, I'd give this at least a 9 out of 10. Like I said, the game world looks fantastic. There's mountains, there's some volcanoes. There's always something to do. There's something around every corner. There's question marks everywhere on the map. There's some choices in this game that, like in Kefalonia, I helped. I didn't kill these people who had the plague, and then I should have. And then they said the plague spread throughout the island, but none of these choices seem to matter to any. Everybody kind of knows who you are over time. You kill a lot of animals in this game. You kill a lot of dogs in this game, actually. I try not to, but a lot of them attack you. Lions, there's bears, lions, lynxes, I think leopards, wolves, boars. There's legend, that's another thing. There's you do the Artemis stuff. There's legendary animals you have to kill. There was this boar that farted and poisoned you. That was so frustrating. I finally beat it, but you do that as well. I really like the fact that you can upgrade your gear. I think one thing I don't like is like when you like mark something on the map, sometimes it's very hard to see because the game's like very bright and stuff. Not that that's anything that matters, but it has frozen on me the game a few times and just knocked me out to the main menu. Or out of actually to the Xbox dashboard, so I have to relaunch it. Thankfully, I've not lost anything. It can be annoying at first when the mercenaries are up your ass and you don't have a lot of money to pay off bounties. Because they'll follow you, like, everywhere. Now I'm roughing up, like, everything, so it's not as big a deal. You know, you can go in caves. There's, like, wreckages throughout the sea where you gotta go in the water and there's sharks under there. That's kind of fun, too. You get a certain amount of time to breathe underwater. As usual with games of this type. It's huge. The game is probably one of the biggest games I've ever played. It's almost too big, like I said. There are side missions everywhere. But it's really cool and enjoyable. Like I said, I'm going to play it again a little bit because it's that much fun. I've not gotten bored from it 80-something hours in. I've probably forgotten some stuff as well, but you kill a ton of people in this game too. I probably killed over 1,000 people at this point. That might be low. The missions can be slightly repetitive. You'll go to a fort, break down area's fortification so they're vulnerable and you can take out. You can do a conquest battle. Like I said, you don't really assassinate which is kind of good. There's none of the conversations when you'd kill someone in previous games and babble with them for 5 minutes. But to me, it doesn't have a super Assassin's Creed feel, but it's still an incredible game. Like I said, the Cult of Cosmos makes it feel that way, but there's not enough. For me, there's not enough, like, roof to roof. You can do it, but, you know, in the older games, it was so confined that you can just run across rooftops for 5 minutes straight, you know? But I don't really have any gripes about it. You can get poison blades and flame blades and stuff as well to inflict damage that way as well. Like I said, it's huge, but voice acting great, graphics are really good. The gameplay's fun, the combat's really fun and satisfying. Some of the stuff's a little overkill when you assassinate somebody, but, you know, special attacks are really fun to use. You get javelins, bow and arrows, swords, daggers, maces, and stuff like that. And like I said, you can engrave them and upgrade them. So they have a couple different bonuses on each one. It depends, like a legendary one, you could do more bonuses and stuff like that. Like I said, you gotta upgrade your spear. And then, you know, every time Icaros is your eagle and or hawk. And when you get to a place, you can have him scan and spot everything where the treasure chests are, where the supplies are that you have to burn, where you have to free prisoners as well sometimes, and it marks the people as well. There are bonfires in some places they'll light to get back up, and you could set traps on the bonfires, and they do it and they explode, which is fun. But overall, it's a great game. Like I said, I'd go 9 out of 10 at least. At least, as if that's low. I would recommend it to anyone who is a fan of open world games. If you're an Assassin's Creed fan at this point, play it. I want to kind of see how it's kind of a shame that Origins was the last one's called that, and then it's like, no, wait, here's this. Well, I kind of have tuned that out. I said that in the other thing. I don't even know I can't remember the outsides of the Animus stuff anymore. I started losing interest in that. I thought it was cool in Assassin's Creed Black Flag when you were actually playing as Abstergo, like Templars, and that was different. That was kind of cool, but it starts to get boring. I just want to like get into the game and play it. Yeah, check it out if you're into open world stuff or if you're into Assassin's Creed, sure, but it's not like the... And Origins had the huge open world as well. Syndicate was really the last one that had... the area is big, but it's confined, it's tight, Although Black Flag was actually pretty open. I mean, yeah, so was Assassin's Creed 3 and stuff. But these ones are just almost too big. I guess that's not necessarily a bad gripe to have, but yeah, that's my review of Assassin's Creed Odyssey. I probably forgot some things I'll remember like 2 minutes after finishing this, but I'm going to do yourself a favor and play it if you're into big open world games that are going to take you time to complete. And the story is pretty cool, though. Yeah. But yeah, thanks everybody for checking this out, and have a good day.